probably not the best use of our time right now. We do, however, have some changes coming up which are going to reduce our RAM requirements quite a lot. I spent quite a bit of work in this sort of last month working on we internally call variable textures, which is going to give us a lot more control over what's loaded and where things are loaded. So we don't actually load a lot of textures that you can't actually see at any particular moment. And that's going to give us the extra space that we need in order to be able to then start loading the PBR textures as well. So that's something that we are working on, and we're doing a lot of R&D on that particular side right now. But at some point in the future, we will that is hitting the roadmap, and we'll give you some timelines on that one. But until we've got that in place, PBR is still something we don't support. Let's talk a little bit about the second one, which was the one that I've been pinged a lot about, but actually I don't think I've talked before, and that's Animesh. So Animesh is a bit of an interesting one. There's really two classes of Animesh that we need to support. There is it's on a prim somewhere in the scene, and it's not attached to your avatar. And that one's a bit lighter weight than the other one, which is Animesh attached to your avatar. Because Animeshes load about 120 or so bones, plus a whole animation engine and things like that, they're actually eat up quite a lot of computational work on the CPU side. So they're not so much expensive on the GPU, but on the CPU they really do begin to add up. And if we're adding lots of animations into the scene, which obviously lots of people have them on their avatars, that's going to impact on our frame rate and performance and how hot your phone gets and how quickly you drain the battery and all those kinds of things. So we've actually purposefully not added support for them for the moment until we can work out how we can optimize that a little bit further. To give you a rough idea, though, one Animesh is worth probably several hundred normal primitives in terms of those computational requirements. It's quite a big load on the system, so we're going to have to work a little bit more on that. However, as I said, there is two classes. The classes that are not attached to avatars actually could potentially be done. That's when we could potentially add to the roadmap a little bit sooner. Internally, we already have the data for the Animeshes piped into the viewer. We're just currently deliberately ignoring it, so it might be something we could switch back on at some point in the future, although we would need to do a fair amount of testing on that one. So that's the in a nutshell reason why those two features aren't working, but I'm happy to talk more about particular things that aren't working right and so forth. So if people do have questions, it'd be great if we could pull up a list of things that people could ask, and then I can spend a bit of time on them. And next month when we're here, I can talk a bit about those things as well. Back to you, Bridie.
Thank you kindly. Any questions about that for Adam? Is the short answer we all need phones with lots more memory in the meantime?
Well, there is good news on that one, and that is that now that everyone is really excited about AI models, we're suddenly getting GPUs with lots of RAM, and that actually is really coming down on the mobile front too. Lots of these new sort of AI phones are being equipped with much more than they did previously. About 2 years ago or so, the average phone had 2 or 3 gig of RAM. The new release phones today have 8 or more. And that's really giving us more capacity to work in. So as the hardware begins to drift on and we go down the road another year or two, we may even be able to, by default, increase things like draw distance just because we've got the extra RAM available now.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for giving us that overview of the challenges, many challenges for this project. Let's move to over to Beanie. I think maybe you have some things you can share about the current state of the mobile app, maybe some more tips and tricks for people.
Sure.
Yeah, what you got?
You can still hear me okay? Just want to make sure. Okay. In case you didn't know, you can make friendships through mobile app. There are 3 ways to do that. You can, if you have the avatar in front of you and you want to make friendship, you can long press on that avatar and see the context menu on which you can find offer friendship option, and the friendship offer will be sent to that user. If you've been chatting with the user in nearby chat, you can also tap see the 3 dots next to that user in the chat. or go to any other chat you've been using. Let's say it's you can also use recent in people through the people menu, and tap on three dots. The same context menu will pop up where you can offer a friendship. And the third way is to go to people list. You should see people nearby or recent people you've been chatting with to also open up the profile card in which you can tap on more and then tap on offer friendship. Also, you should be able to offer teleport the same exact way, the three ways from the same exact menu, context menu that's popping up on long pressing on avatar or through the chat or through the people's menu. So I'm just thinking maybe limit to three tips and tricks. The last thing I wanted to discuss that there are actually, we spoke about mentors earlier. There is actually a Second Life mobile welcome group available for all the new users on mobile. It's an in-world group to help new folks on mobile. There are some SL mentors, but we welcome participations from obviously any other mobile users to share any tips, tricks, favorite locations, just ask questions, any instant help that you need, and share anything you would like to. We are highly encouraging you to join that group and use it through mobile. I guess back to you, Brady.
Thanks, Beanie. This is starting to be like a proper chat show. Yeah,
Yep.
thank you for the tips and tricks. And yeah, that Second Life mobile welcome group is growing because we invite brand new users to join, and it's getting more activity. Thank you to our mentors who've been participating. I try to drop in almost daily and drop some tips and just say hi as well. But yeah, you all, since you're here, would be welcome to say hello or offer your answers to people's questions as well. Cool. And I'm trying to read chat and look at another screen at the same time. I'm sorry if I've missed a couple of things. The alpha program still exists, but we haven't been adding new people to it. So my apologies that it's not expanding at the moment. What other questions did I miss? Kira, I think you had a question about plugin. Will there be a progress in the plugin for gestures? I'm not sure I understand. Do you mean animations for your avatar or voice gestures? Maybe you can clarify for me. Aha, gotcha. I don't think we have talked about that. We definitely take your feedback. Gotcha. Kasha. Yes, that is on the list. Yes, we will take more feedback from the feedback portal, which this is a perfect segue into issues that have come in through the portal. Let me link to in case you don't know where it is. This is the list of bugs. There's another one for features. There are a couple of issues that have come up. I don't know that we'll get to the bottom of this during this meeting, but I am curious. There's one around messages getting stuck, and I'm curious if anyone here has experienced that. We have been trying to investigate and haven't found a smoking gun as yet. I don't know if Viola's here and can comment. It seemed to mostly be on Android, but I don't know that's true or not. And I don't think it happens all of the time. But we're trying to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, thank you, Ruby.
Let me add something on those ones, just because the missing message
please.
is definitely a high priority issue for us to solve. So if you do know that you've missed a message, and you can see that somehow, or you can know that, if you can file a bug report as soon as possible. I don't mean like within seconds. I mean just within the same session on the mobile app open. If you could file a mobile bug report and tell us the content of the message that is missing, we could try and trace that through the system. We've got some temporary logs there that we can look at, and that could find out where the system failed.
Oh, did I just point you at a page you guys can't get to? Let me move it to the public one.
We just all need limitedlab.com email addresses.
Yeah, I don't even think Stray can help with that one. Yeah, but Adam's request is correct. If you can send us a bug report from the app when it happens with the if you can remember what you sent, I think you sent, so we can look it up, that would be great. Let me see if I can do this and still talk at the same time. I'm going to move this to...
That would be the premium plus platinum subscription for that, right?
That's, yeah, a lifetime, right? Okay, see if you guys can get to this one. All right, I think I had another one I wanted to talk about. Oh, another one similar but different. And I think maybe I hit this earlier, but I don't know what I did to have it happen. But has anyone been experiencing issues with teleporting? And if it happens, does signing out and signing back in correct it? There was one case, I think this is on the public board, where it seemed to be account specific, which we couldn't make heads or tails of that one. Not more issues than usual. Well, I guess that's good in some ways. Yeah. Okay, well, like I said, I don't know that we'll get to the bottom of these things, but if you do encounter them, either upvote an issue that already exists, or please file a ticket and or report from the app. Cool. Yeah, great.
I think that might be a new record. The first time we've actually asked, is any of you having problems with something? And the answer has been no.
Yeah, what else can we ask that might be the answer to? Sorry, I'm just going through the chat here. Okay, cool. Well, we made it to the end of my agenda in 30 minutes, so now we can have the floor is open. Questions or topics you guys want to talk about or want to talk about for next time? Go ahead, Kira. I'm watching. The old cat on the laptop situation, or on your lap, not your laptop. That both seem to happen in my experience in video calls. All right, I might be being convinced to add some folks to the alpha. If there's only a few, I might be convinced. I will need to know if you're on iOS or Android, and I will need emails. If you feel comfortable giving me those things either in a DM here or on Discord, I can see what I can do.
You could probably also email Bridie. Bridie at Limited Lab. There you go.
Wow, Adam. Okay. And my cell phone number.
Yes.
No.
I'm just going to point that out.
Man, what did I do to you today, Adam? Oh, I did see your issue about jumping on Stop Ruby. We haven't seen that in a while. it seems to be intermittent, and couldn't repro it. It is kind of funny when it happens, but not when you're the one it's happening to. Well, I'm happy to hang out, and if you guys think of things you want to talk about, or if you want to go about your day, that is fine as well. As always, we really, really appreciate you coming to this, and again, reporting issues and letting us know what isn't working. It is nice to hear that the answer to some things is that they are working, and we know that we are working fast and furiously to make things better and bring new features to you too. Oh, Kira's ready. Okay, good. Go for it.
Okay, so my question is the settings in the develop tab. I was wondering, is there a tutorial wiki that explains each setting in detail with image examples of what that setting does? Because I do my best to adjust my settings to see the world of Second Life around me, but I can't quite understand which setting is best for my phone performance. Do you guys have planned to explain what each setting does in more detail?
The short answer, you're probably not gonna like, is no, because its mileage may vary with those settings, and we use those mostly for internal testing purposes. But Adam can probably explain a few of them
Yeah.
if need
So
be.
those settings are there, and they do tinker with things. Sometimes we use those as a way of turning off a new feature that we're working on that isn't quite ready to ship. Sometimes we use them to try and solve a problem. So, for example, some of those avatar settings in there let you change things like how scale this process avatar bone and things like that. And we add those as settings so that we can test a whole bunch of variations from just one build. We don't have to do a new build every time we want to tweak the value and figure out what's worked. Now, what I'll say about those settings is if one setting is consistently helping with something, like for example avatar rendering, I really want to know about that because that will tell me a direction on what's wrong. Maybe I can get an idea of how it's all misbehaving with your avatar. So if you are playing with those settings and you do find that it helps with something, definitely out because I would love to know. But on the other hand, those settings have, let's say, maybe a 10-to-1 failure ratio that they can certainly improve things, but much more likely they're going to destroy the experience. So if you are using those settings, they are somewhat unsupported, and we don't really recommend actively playing with them. If someone wants to start a page on the wiki for those settings and points it in my direction, maybe I can give some at least correct misinformation if there is any on there. But I don't think we have a plan on actually making those features actually supported.
Yeah, that's a good analogy mix. It is a bit like debug settings. Yep. If not exactly. Yep. Cool. All right, I'm going to shake the tree one more time, and otherwise, go ahead and close this meeting. Okay, I'll wait for a little bit just in case anybody else didn't get a chance to DM me. I'm making sure I've got you noted. Again, thank you, and I'll see you around, and we'll talk again in a month. Cheers.
And feel free to send Bridie topic suggestions as well.
Yeah, I do welcome that.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bridie, our gracious host.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you to those who are recording and streaming. Yeah, thank you for testing and sending us feedback. I love working on the mobile app, and I love how much excitement there is about the mobile app.
Me too.
Yay! Oh, and thank you to our mentors.
Oh yeah.
The front line of defense against all entropy.
Wait, we weren't supposed to create entropy?
The human condition is creating entropy, but you're also here to counteract it.
I don't think that was in the training.
I'll look into having those updated.
Philo is gonna be like, "What are you doing to me?"
Yeah,
Don't
Viola,
lie
I
like
hope
that.
you're taking notes.
I don't think she's on. Oh, she doesn't have a dot. She can't even hear us.
Oh, no.
Oh, she does have a dot. It was hidden in the balloons.
Don't make Viola angry.
No, I don't want to make Viola angry. She'll fire me.
She's the
Thanks,
best.
Inara.
Okay.
I have a confession to make while we're here socializing. Anytime I do any sort of like a public appearance or speech, I then go to read Inara's summary to know if I actually said what I intended to say. And usually she understands what I intended to say better than I delivered it. So I take lots of comfort. Thank you.
All right, friends. I'm gonna dip out and get back to my other day job.
Salt mines.
Yep.
Thanks
email
again.
boss.
See you
All
all.
right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. You know where to find me and email me and all that.
Apparently,
I'll send
yeah.
you
Talk to
an
you
IM
as we
with my
speak.
email address.
Thank you.